Welcome to episode 34 of WP Theme Tutorial. This is our third and final installment in the random taxonomy images plugin that we're building. So what we've got so far, we go to our WordPress admin and go to our categories, is we defined some category meta fields. So you can see taxonomy image and taxonomy image. And we also defined a template tag that will display those for the proper term on the front end of the site. So what we currently don't have is an image defined for when we don't have an image. So what we're going to do now is build a random taxonomy images folder inside our theme. And I have already defined that. Inside my theme I'm using 2012 and I've got 3 random images in here for testing. So let's jump into our code. The first thing we're going to need to do is change our getHeaderImage function. Right now it says if we don't have an image set on our term, then we just return and do nothing. So that's what we need to change first, because when we don't have an image we want to look for our random one. And do that right here. So now what we've done is flipped the conditional. So if we do have an image, we're going to get it. If we don't, we're going to get random image. So now let's grab our get random image function. And get random image is first going to define our path. And the reason we use get style sheet directory is so that we have accommodated child themes as well. Get style sheet directory will first look in the child theme and then look in the parent. And so there we're looking for get style sheet directory random. Now that's going to give us a file path. So in this case it's /users/ my username and then all the path to my folder on my laptop. On a server it would be /var/www, the full file path on that to the actual folder you want. And that's because glob needs a file path. And what glob is going to do is it's going to look inside our file path and find all the files that match the JPEG extension. You could add this to have other extensions. We're just using JPEG. And that's going to give us an array of images. So here we're going to do a random image and then array rand an image. Now the image HTML tag actually needs a universal resource indicator. So that means HTTP:// path to the image. So our next step here is to grab another function and it's going to make a random image and it's going to turn that file path that we have right now into a URI. Let's take a quick look at that function. And so that here is going to give us, we're going to start by defining our path info, and let's take a look at what the path info actually is. And we actually are going to see an image here. So path info gives us 4 things. Gives us a directory name, and that's the full file path that I was talking about, all the way down through my site into the random image folder. The next thing it's going to give us is the file name, then the file extension, and then the file name by itself. So base name is file name plus extension. If you're wondering what PR is, that is simply a helper that I use that wraps the print R function in PHP in pre-tags. So the next thing we're going to do with our URI is we're going to get it, and we're going to use get style sheet directory URI. And again, we use style sheet directory to accommodate a child and a parent theme. And then we're going to define our random image folder and then use base name, which as we saw was the path to the image. Then we're going to return that as the URI. And coming back up here, we return that URI again as random image, and coming back up to the top, that also means that we return our URL. Our URL is now equal to that URI we just built. And we escape it properly to keep everything safe. And then as we refresh, you'll see we have a random image. Now it is possible, as you just saw, to get 2 images at the same time, or again, or as many times as it wants. It's just going to pull a random one. The more images in the folder, the less likely it is that you'll get a duplicate image come up. So that's how we define taxonomy meta in the first installment. In the second installment, we looked at how to get it out with a template tag. And in the third installment, we looked at defining a random default image. Thanks for watching.